Hi, third grade families. My name is Kristen Robinson, and I am one of the third grade teachers here at Williams Ranch. And this is my back to school night presentation. So thank you so much for watching. And let's go ahead and get started. This is just a little bit about me. I'm not going to go through and read everything, but one thing I did want to say is that I had a lot of your kids last year, and I'm super excited to have them again. I am teaching full time this year. Mrs. Spangler is still around campus. She is one of our reading intervention teachers. So the students have gotten to see her and say hi, and they'll see her throughout the school year as well, which is great. Very quickly, too, I did include this presentation in paper format for you all to access. I sent it home in your child's homework folder Thursday, today, and I also attached it to the email. But if you do need another copy, please let me know. Just very quickly, we just want to make sure students come to school every day with a water bottle. Not only do they use it in class, but they also take it with them every Tuesday out to PE. So something that's really important, and a healthy snack. We're lucky this year, we get free lunches for everybody as well as free, they're technically called breakfast, but it's a lunch snack. They have fruit, they have cereal, bagels, all kinds of different things that are available, and any kid can get something. So if your kid ever does forget a snack or a lunch, it is of no charge for you for them to order a lunch and grab a snack. Some information about attendance. School starts at 8:10 every day. We have a lot, there's a lot to cover when it comes to this, but I'm just going to go into it quickly and just say that really, if you ever have any questions, you should call the office. Mrs. Douglas and Mrs. Rusika know all the procedures that come with attendance. So they're really the experts on this. But I just wanted to quickly talk about if you're gone, if you're absent because of a vacation, you're still welcome to get an independent study plan. You just have to talk to Mrs. Douglas in the office again, and we can prepare an independent study for your student, just as we have done in years past. Now, if you have an absence due to COVID related or any sickness in general, we will provide classwork for your student, third grade classwork, and all of the quarantine procedures. Like I said, anytime you have questions, just talk to Mrs. Douglas, talk to Mrs. Rusika. They really know what's going on because things are complex. So feel free to ask me, and I'll try my best to answer any questions you have about it. But I just wanted to quickly talk about that. All right, the big one for third grade this year, the most important thing we'll work on all year is math facts memorization. Now, we're hoping the students will memorize their multiplication facts, but we're also working on division this year. So we do pair them together. And we have a program that we've used for a couple of years that we like. So we do some different paper and pencil daily facts, and every Friday the kids will have a math facts test, but it will actually be different for every student. So every student actually has their own individual program based upon how they do on their math facts assessment. I look at it and I decide what they're ready to work for. So it's a program that works for every student. They all work at their own speed. A lot of them are still working on subtraction and addition, so they'll be starting off with that, and I'm sure they'll quickly be moving ahead into math facts. But it is something for you. I do handle the program at school as much as I can. They'll have a lot of daily interaction with it. So I don't send home math facts homework, but it is something that you will see their tests come home in their COLT folder. And if your child's coming home with tests that they're getting 80% or above, they passed, please make sure that you congratulate them. And then if they are coming home with tests that they are not passing, I just wanted to include a couple of things that you can work on at home with them. We are watching these skip counting song videos in class that they like. There's a lot available on YouTube. You can just type in skip counting songs. And then I just put out a couple of websites that have games, worksheets. Extra Math is the main website that we use in class, which is just math facts practice, and they can do extra math at home as well. I will include a handout once we get up and going with Extra Math, which will be very shortly. I will send you home a personalized handout that has your child's login code so they can continue to practice at home on math facts. All right. Just a general overview of our curriculum. This just tells you over on the left-hand screen here, this just tells you all the programs that we use. Engage New York Math we've been using for some time. And I've included the handout that I sent home with these slides. I included a page that tells you how to access homework help. There's a website called Embark. So attached to this slideshow, the paper copy that you received of this slideshow, there is a page that says, do you need help with math homework? So if your student needs help at home, especially as we go into harder concepts as the year goes on, Embark for every single lesson has a short video that tells you a little bit about it. And they also have something called homework solutions. This is, of course, something we want parents to access, not students. But if you as a parent, we understand sometimes that the math can be taught in a confusing manner. So we hope that you'll check out Embark. You'll also notice that when we send home homework, we also send home the problem set that we did during the day. That helps so you can see the answers from what we did during the day. And then the homework and the problem set usually match up pretty closely. And it can help your student and yourself to help them out with math homework, which can be tricky in third grade. We have Journeys is the language art curriculum that we're working on. We've already had our first spelling list come home. So plan for most weeks to be a spelling test. We'll send home lists on Monday and tests will be on Friday. We have a brand new science program this year called Amplify. We're still in the process of learning all about it. And then something special that we're doing, you saw a permission slip come home that first day of school in those packets. So 3rd through 5th graders, all throughout Nevada County, if they wanted to, 3rd through 5th grade teachers could offer to be in this program, the Our Forest program. And it's a collaboration between the Nevada County school system and the UC system. So there are some doctoral students who are running this program together with the Nevada County Superintendent of Schools, and I believe Sierra Streams. And we are going to be teaching the kids about their local resources, their local forests. Basically, they're going to learn about the different forest zones. We're going to talk about management and fire, which is a big thing that is very present in our lives. So I'm actually looking really forward to that. This is my very first year doing it, so I actually don't know a lot about it yet, but we have our first meeting coming up. And once I know more, I will let families know more. I do know that we'll have 3 field trips throughout the school year where they will be local. We'll be going around to our different forest zones, is what they're called. And the kids will be learning, and I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be very hands-on, and I'm looking very forward to it. So both 3rd grade classes will be involved in our forest program. Studies Weekly is our social studies. Of course, we'll do lots of writing. We're going to do lots of social skills this year. We'll talk about that further, but you can see that we'll continue with PBIS, our positive behavior intervention. Second Step and Mind Up are some curriculums. We're going to be talking a lot about growth mindset and being mindful as the students are slowly making their way back into what we like to call a little bit more of a normal school year. We're continuing with our accelerated reader program where students will be required to test every week. And we are in the process right now of getting STAR Math and STAR Reading assessments completed. And as soon as we have the scores for those, I will send them home so you can have an idea of how your student did on that test. Please just remember that it's just one test. And of course, while we want students to do their best, just because they did poorly, it doesn't necessarily reflect exactly where they are. Some of us aren't great test takers. We never know what kind of day students had. So I like to say, look at the information for sure and talk to your student about it, but don't be too concerned, especially the very first ones in the year. We will eventually continue with Lexia. I know some students have completed the entire Lexia program, so we'll have something alternative for them to work on, typing, and then IXL as well. Some of our specials, We have library time this year. We have a librarian, Mr. Batson. So we go every Thursday. The kids will be allowed to check out books. We have an official PE teacher again this year, Mr. Allen. He's great. They already had their first PE yesterday. They get an entire hour of PE every week. We are definitely going to invite back in Chick Lots comes to do ceramics, and Virginia Goodison comes to do a canvas painting. We're hoping to do a musical this year. We haven't gotten to do one in 2 years now. So that's just to be determined if we're able to. But if we are able to, we love and have done musicals for years in the past. So cross your fingers on that one. We'll continue with Chromebooks this year. They are staying on campus this year. The students won't be transporting them back and forth. And we also, we are lucky enough this year that we acquired a class set of robots. So last year in second grade, a lot of the students, if they were here at Williams Ranch, got to have an opportunity to learn how to use Ozobots. And we convinced Mrs. Conley to buy us a set. So we actually own our own robots. And so we're going to be having some time to get to learn about robots and coding. For Farm to School, we have our school garden. Again, this year we actually have a garden liaison coming through Sierra Harvest. So we have a garden teacher who will be coming here on campus, and the students will actually go and have official gardening lessons, not just whatever the teachers happen to know about gardening. So I'm looking very forward to that one. And then families hopefully will be able to come and check out our garden beds. And then I mentioned a little bit about the Our Forest program, and as I get more information about that, I will let families know. A bit on Accelerated Reader. Again, if your student was in second grade last year here at Williams Ranch, you probably are relatively familiar with Accelerated Reader. And if you're not, I'm happy to personally give you a tutorial to help understand what Accelerated Reader is and why we do it. It's to work on reading comprehension is the main reason. So we start by giving the students the STAR test. Like I said, we just started working on those this week, and reports will be coming out soon. This is a website you can go to check. Most books are AR books, not all, but most of them are. So any book you have at home, you can easily type into this website to check the book level, how many points it's worth, all that good stuff. Now, something that's kind of special that's a third grade thing is this extreme reader. So we start compiling the students' word count. So this doesn't have to do with their points. This has to do with their word count. So it starts all the way back in kindergarten or first grade whenever they started testing. And AR keeps track of the words that they read. And they have all the way up until the end of third grade, that's when it officially ends, to get 1 million words, which is a big goal. But a lot of students have done it. If you ever have been inside the gym, which I know we haven't been able to go into for a little while now, but we'll be back in there someday, I promise. But there's student pictures all along the edges of the gym, and those are all the students in past years going all the way back that have become extreme readers, and the students get a special recognition assembly. So that's a neat goal. If your student especially is an avid reader and you're looking for a goal to push them, you are welcome to contact me and talk to me about Extreme Reader. For Fun Friday, the main thing that we have attached to AR is that you have a point goal, or I should say your student has a point goal as part of their Fun Friday. So for now, it's going to be at 1. This was their second grade goal, was 1 AR point every week. And we're just going to kind of ease them in, we decided, instead of jumping right into 2. Actually, the third grade goal is 2 AR points a week. And we talked about it and decided that we wanted to ease them in a little bit. We know this is another unique year, and we're all coming in with different strengths and different things we need to work on. So for now, we'll have the students earn 1 point a week in order to attend Fun Friday. This week, we didn't have Chromebooks available fully yet, so they have no point necessary for this week. We'll probably start next week. Again, I'll communicate with parents, let them know. The only thing that's different in third grade, the big push that I get for kids in third grade is that I want them to get into a chapter book series. And so if you have a chapter book that is worth 2 points or more that your student is reading, I give them extra time and we do a little bit of a book check. And I talked to the students about this the other day. So maybe they're reading a 2-point book. I might let them have 2 weeks to get through that, or a 3-point book, or whatever they need. It's really just about communication. It's about them communicating with me what they're reading, me communicating with them. I just want to have conversations with them about books. And hopefully that will instill a love of reading when they find a series that they like, or they might find a book that's a bigger book that they like. We're just slowly getting them there. So if your child is not into chapter books yet, don't worry about that. We have all of third grade to get them there. Okay. And the main thing we're looking for is 20 minutes a night. So this could be your child reading to you. It could be you reading to your child, and it could be a back and forth. I'm totally okay. If your child is just not a high enough reader to get into the chapter books that they're interested in, I'm totally fine with an adult reading to them for 20 minutes. That's totally fine. And then parents are going to initial the AR form that goes home. The reading log comes home every Monday. And we have the same goals as far as points. And I will send home a letter or an email once your student reaches the points. That's kind of something that we run within the classroom. Last year was different because students started off the year at home and then came in person. So this year, since they're starting off fully in class, as far as keeping track of their AR goals, we do that a little bit more within the classroom. Okay, and then Home Connect is a way for you to receive emails every time your student tests. You may have gotten an email trying to explain their STAR reading scores. If you did, I know that those emails are a bit confusing. They don't really explain what they mean. So I will send home a different report that helps you understand a little bit more clearly about their STAR reading assessment. All right, homework is a big one for third grade. In second grade, they are used to having homework packets that they have all week to work on. But in third grade, we're really pushing them and getting them ready for those upper grades, and we're going to do nightly homework, which is one of the reasons why we do agenda books in third grade. And it's a little bit of a time-consuming process, I'm not going to lie, to get the kids to write everything down every day. But it really helps them to learn planning skills and organizational skills. So Monday is our big day. You may have seen that in your students' Monday homework folder. That's when they bring home the most things. They bring home 2 language arts pages, and those language arts pages are double-sided. This week we crossed them out. Eventually they'll do both sides, but one side is some spelling practice, and the other side is a grammar skill that we worked on for the week. But those aren't due till Friday. So the reason we send them home Monday is so that your student has all week to study their spelling words. The other thing that comes home Monday is their reading log. And their reading log has to be signed by an adult every night. That says that the student read 20 minutes, and that's due Friday. So these came home this week. If you have any questions about what these are or what these look like, feel free to ask me. I know tonight, if you're able to come, I'm doing a live session, and I'll also be answering questions from 5 to 5:30. So I hope families are able to attend. And if they're not and they have any questions, you can always email me anytime. I'll go over all of my contact information at the end. So these 2 main things come home Monday, but they're not due till Friday. And then the main thing that's their nightly homework technically is math. So each day we'll do a math lesson in class. They'll tear out their practice page. So they'll stick their practice page and their homework page in their folder. And that's what they bring the next day. So we did a math page Monday. They are expected to bring it Tuesday. We did a math page Tuesday. They're expected to bring it Wednesday, and so on and so forth until Friday. So Friday morning rolls around, and all of a sudden they're going to have their math from Thursday. They're going to have those 2 language arts pages and their reading log. So they bring a lot home Monday. They bring a lot back Friday. And then the middle of the week is more of just 1 page. Now, if your student is unable to complete homework, something happens, we know we have a lot of life going on, we have soccer, we have sickness going around, feel free. It's no big deal if your student can't get it back the next day, but definitely have them, whenever they're finished with it, turn it in. They'll still get credit. So even if they don't get everything in until Friday, that's still okay. That still affects their homework grade at the end of each trimester, as long as they get it in. So even if it's late, make sure they bring that homework in. And Fun Friday. So Fun Friday is something that we did last year, but this year it'll be even better because we're all here and we're a little bit less restricted, so we can have a little bit more fun together. But for Fun Friday this year, the students have a lot to accomplish, so it's a little bit harder in third grade to get to Fun Friday. So first of all, they had to get all that nightly homework turned in. So most weeks that will be 4 math pages, those 2 language arts pages, and then that reading log that has to be signed. Okay, they also will have to get those AR points. So like I said, it's a big to do by Friday, but being able to get it all done, it's a really good feeling for them. And I've told them a lot this year that I expect a lot out of them, but it's because I know that they can do it because I've taught 3rd grade for many years and I know what 3rd graders can do. So they can do this. And if for some reason something happens, kids lose things, kids are unable to complete things, then they use Fun Friday as a chance to get caught up. So we always have a workspace available Friday. So if they show up and they forgot a math page, they can quickly sit down, work on that with maybe a friend. Usually friends are pretty willing to help each other, and then they can jump right into Fun Friday. So every once in a while we have some classwork, but that will just be handled here at school. Social curriculum, I'm just going to go over this quickly. Just so you know that at Williams Ranch, we use PBIS, which stands for Positive Behavior Intervention and Support. And that is our method of redirecting behaviors that we don't want to see students do. And we're hoping students follow the COLT code, which is we are safe, respectful, and responsible. Just a teeny bit about behavior. And let me just start by saying that we have a great class this year. So I am super impressed with all of your students. So thank you so much. Just some of the positives that I do up here. And then for any challenging behavior, which I haven't had any yet, I know we're still in honeymoon period, but I'll always start with some just speaking to the student, verbal redirection, meeting with them privately. Eventually, if we're really having a problem behavior, I have the student actually write a note home themselves, and then I'm able to sit down and talk to them. They're able to verbalize what happened, not because I want them necessarily to get in trouble at home. I told them it's mostly so there can be a conversation about what happened and how we can be better at school. I even told them a little story about what happened to my son last year. So you can always ask them about that story, see if they remember. And then, of course, if something were to go even farther, we have Miss Lima, who was one of the 3rd grade teachers here, and she is our TOSA this year, which is called a teacher on special assignment. And she's helping out with students that need any help. And then our new principal, Mrs. Eubanks, is around. The kids have had many opportunities to meet her. She's fantastic. So if students need to work with them, just to have a better experience, that's really all that we want, is to shape that positive behavior. Volunteers. So at this time, we're not allowed to have volunteers in the classroom as much as we would love it. But I do have home prep. Definitely. I have grading in 3rd grade. We have spelling tests and math facts tests. We can always take different school supply donations, and we're hoping, cross your fingers, that we'll be able to have volunteers at least for our field trips that I know we'll be having at least those 3 our forest field trips, and we're looking into others as well. So stay tuned. Potentially things will change. We never know. We live in an ever-changing world these days. So just so families are aware. And then this is just my contact information, my email, my phone number. If you want to call and leave a message at the school, I'm happy to give you a call back. COLT folders will be coming home every Monday. They're actually an envelope this year, a plastic envelope. You can always check the school Facebook page. Mrs. Jaguar helps run that. And she tries to share as much as she can current events. We share photos. If the student has photo consent, we share photos of the students doing fun things. The school website. Homework note, I send home on the reading log. The reading log. There is a small space if you just want something quick. That's the best place where you can talk to me about your child reading an AR book, possibly that they need extra time on. And then that AR Home Connect. 2 just teeny things I wanted to mention with masks. So the masks, the kids, luckily this year, are able to take their masks off outside. So they've done actually a great job being responsible. I can't even think of a single kid who's lost their mask yet. I just wanted to mention we wear these mask lanyards, and you can just buy them pretty cheap off of Amazon. Just something I wanted to share with families. Then the student can easily take their mask on and off. So what we do right now is the kids take them off. They stick them in a pocket, stick them in their lunchbox. Like I said, they've done pretty good. They're pretty responsible 3rd graders. And then the Colt Stampede, we're really excited about. We haven't been able to do that for a little while. That is a tradition that we do at the start of each school year where the kids try to raise a little bit of money for their classroom, and then we run outside as a whole school. We do a Colt Stampede. So the students try to run laps, as many laps as they can. It's like a jogathon basically, but we just call it the Colt Stampede. And then the money that they raise goes directly to us, to our classroom. And then we work together to see how we want to spend it. Usually the kids want some fun art supplies, something good for Fun Friday. A big one I'm hoping is to order some classroom books this year, especially a lot of the students I had last year are saying already, Miss Robinson, you don't have any new books. So hopefully we can raise some money in our Colt Stampede. And that will come probably sometime mid-September. So information will come for that. All right. So if you are able to, I will be doing a live Zoom presentation tonight from 5:30 to 6, and I'll be answering questions as well during that time. And you can always email me, call the school phone, and I'm around. And it was very nice to meet you, although it says that at the bottom. This is my presentation from before. It was very nice. Thank you for attending virtual back to school night. And I hope I get to see some of you tonight. Thank you.